Preparing for an Android interview can feel overwhelming, especially when faced with technical coding questions that test your fundamental understanding of Android and Kotlin. In this video, we'll walk through the most frequently asked coding questions in Android interviews, breaking down each problem and solution. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced developer, mastering these questions will boost your confidence and help you stand out. Let's start by understanding why coding questions matter and how they reveal your problem-solving skills, logical thinking, and grasp of core concepts. We'll cover everything from string manipulation to data structures, ensuring you're ready for your next interview. One of the most common interview questions is revering a string. This task tests your understanding of string manipulation and basic Kotlin functions. The solution is straightforward: use the reversed function to flip the string. For example, revering Android gives you deordinate. This question is often used to gauge your familiarity with built-in methods and your ability to write clean, concise code. It's a great starting point for interviews as it sets the tone for more complex problems ahead. Practicing this helps you quickly recall syntax and logic during real interviews. Checking if a string is a palindrome is another classic interview question. A palindrome reads the same forwards and backwards like madam. The solution involves revering the string and comparing it to the original. If they match, it's a palindrome. This problem tests your ability to use string operations and conditional logic. It's also a great way to demonstrate your understanding of edge cases, such as empty strings or single characters. Interviewers often use this question to see how you approach simple logic and handle input validation. Finding the maximum element in an array is a fundamental coding question. It tests your ability to work with arrays and utilize Kotlin's built-in functions. By using max or null, you can quickly identify the largest value. For example, in the array 13572, the maximum is 7. This question is often used to assess your familiarity with collections and your efficiency in solving problems. It's important to handle cases where the array might be empty, returning null if no maximum exists. Practicing this helps you build confidence in array manipulation. FizzBuzz problem is a staple in coding interviews. It challenges you to print numbers from 1 to n, replacing multiples of 3 with fizz, multiples of 5 with buzz, and multiples of both with FizzBuzz. This question tests your understanding of loops, conditional statements, and modular arithmetic. It's a great way to demonstrate your ability to write readable and maintainable code. Interviewers use FizzBuzz to quickly assess your logic and attention to detail. Practicing this problem prepares you for more complex algorithmic challenges. Counting vowels in a string is a common question that tests your ability to iterate over characters and apply filters. Using the count function, you can easily tally vowels by checking if each character is an EU. For example, hello world contains 3 vowels. This problem demonstrates your skill in using higher-order functions and handling string data efficiently. Interviewers look for concise solutions and your ability to handle different input cases, such as mixed case letter. Practicing this builds your confidence in string processing. Moving duplicates from a list is a practical question that tests your understanding of collections and data cleaning. By using the distinct function, you can quickly eliminate repeated values. For example, the list 1 2 2 3 4 4 5 becomes 1 2 3 4 5. This question is important for real-world scenarios where data integrity matters. Interviewers want to see your ability to use built-in functions and write efficient code. Handling duplicates is a common task in many applications, making this question highly relevant. Finding the first non-repeated character in a string is a question that tests your ability to use maps and iterate efficiently. By counting occurrences of each character, you can identify the first one that appears only once. For example, in Swiss, the answer is W. This problem demonstrates your skill in using mutable maps and handling character data. Interviewers look for solutions that are both efficient and easy to understand. Practicing this question helps you prepare for more advanced string manipulation tasks. Implementing a basic singleton in Kotlin is a question that tests your understanding of object-oriented programming and design patterns. The singleton pattern ensures that only one instance of a class exists throughout the application. In Kotlin, you can use the object keyword to create a singleton. For example, app-config manages theme and language settings. Interviewers use this question to assess your knowledge of design patterns and your ability to write maintainable code. Practicing this helps you understand how to manage global state in Android apps. Detecting a loop in a linked list is a classic data structure question. It tests your ability to use pointers and understand linked list traversal. By using 2 pointers, slow and fast, you can identify if a cycle exists. If the pointers meet, there's a loop. This question demonstrates your grasp of algorithms and memory management. Interviewers look for efficient solutions that avoid unnecessary space usage. Practicing this prepares you for more complex linked list problems and helps you understand how to handle cycles in data structures. Calculating the factorial of a number using recursion is a question that tests your understanding of recursive functions and mathematical logic. The solution involves calling the function repeatedly until the base case is reached. For example, factorial 5 returns 120. This problem demonstrates your ability to write recursive code and handle base cases correctly. Interviewers use this question to assess your grasp of recursion and your ability to avoid Stack Overflow errors. Practicing this helps you build confidence in recursive thinking. Finding the second largest element in an array is a question that tests your ability to sort and filter data. By sorting the array and removing duplicates, you can identify the second largest value. For example, in 13425, the answer is 4. This problem demonstrates your skill in using collection functions and handling edge cases, such as arrays with fewer than 2 distinct elements. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to write robust code. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced array manipulation. Calculating the sum of digits in a number is a simple yet important question. It tests your ability to convert numbers to strings and iterate over characters. By mapping each digit to an integer and summing them, you can quickly find the total. For example, 12,345 yields 15. This problem demonstrates your skill in type conversion and iteration. Interviewers use this question to assess your attention to detail and ability to handle numeric data. Practicing this helps you build confidence in basic data processing. Finding the missing number in an array is a question that tests your understanding of arithmetic and array manipulation. By calculating the expected sum and subtracting the actual sum, you can identify the missing value. For example, in 1, 2, 4, 5, with n equals 5, the missing number is 3. This problem demonstrates your skill in using mathematical formulas and handling edge cases. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to write concise code. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced array problems. Checking if two strings are anagrams is a question that tests your ability to sort and compare character arrays. By sorting both strings and comparing them, you can determine if they contain the same characters. For example, listen and silent are anagrams. This problem demonstrates your skill in string manipulation and sorting. Interviewers use this question to assess your attention to detail and ability to handle different input cases. Practicing this builds your confidence in string comparison. Flattening a nested list of integers is a question that tests your ability to work with collections and higher-order functions. By using the flat function, you can convert a list of lists into a single list. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This problem demonstrates your skill in handling complex data structures and writing concise code. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to use built-in functions. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced collection manipulation. Checking if a number is prime is a question that tests your understanding of loops and mathematical logic. By iterating from 2 to the square root of the number, you can determine if it's divisible by any other value. If not, it's prime. For example, 7 is prime. This problem demonstrates your skill in writing efficient algorithms and handling edge cases. Interviewers use this question to assess your grasp of mathematics and your ability to optimize code. Practicing this builds your confidence in algorithmic thinking. Merging two sorted arrays is a question that tests your ability to combine and sort collections. By concatenating the arrays and sorting the result, you can create a single sorted array. For example, 1, 3, 5, and 2, 4, 6 become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This problem demonstrates your skill in array manipulation and sorting. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to handle different input sizes. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced collection operations. Finding common elements in two arrays is a question that tests your ability to use sets and filter data. By intersecting the arrays, you can identify values that appear in both. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, 5, 6 share 3 and 4. This problem demonstrates your skill in using set operations and handling collections. Interviewers use the question to assess your efficiency and ability to write concise code. Practicing this builds your confidence in data filtering. Sorting a list of strings by length is a question that tests your ability to use sorting functions and handle string data. By using sorted by, you can arrange strings from shortest to longest. For example, apple, banana, cherry, kiwi becomes kiwi, apple, banana, cherry. This problem demonstrates your skill in sorting and handling collections. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to write readable code. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced sorting tasks. Finding the intersection of two arrays is a question that tests your ability to filter and compare collections. By checking which elements appear in both arrays, you can create a new array with the common values. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, 5, 6 intersect at 3 and 4. This problem demonstrates your skill in using filter functions and handling arrays. Interviewers use this question to assess your efficiency and ability to write concise code. Practicing this builds your confidence in collection comparison. Finding the largest palindrome in a string is a question that tests your ability to use nested loops and string manipulation. By checking all substrings and comparing them to their reverse versions, you can identify the largest palindrome. For example, babad yields bab or a ba. This problem demonstrates your skill in handling substrings and optimizing search algorithms. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to handle edge cases. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced string problems. Finding the missing character in a string is a question that tests your ability to iterate over the alphabet and check for absent values. By comparing the input string to the full alphabet, you can identify which character is missing. For example, if is absent from the quick brown fox jumps over lazy dog, it's the missing character. This problem demonstrates your skill in iteration and string comparison. Interviewers use this question to assess your attention to detail and ability to handle different input cases. Counting occurrences of each character in a string is a question that tests your ability to use grouping functions and maps. By grouping characters and counting their frequency, you can create a map of character counts. For example, hello yields h equals 1, e equals 1, l equals 2, o equals 1. This problem demonstrates your skill in using collection functions and handling string data. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to write concise code. Practicing this builds your confidence in data analysis. Finding the longest substring without repeating characters is a question that tests your ability to use sets and sliding window techniques. By maintaining a set of unique characters and adjusting the window, you can identify the longest substring. For example, abcap yields ABC. This problem demonstrates your skill in handling substrings and optimizing algorithms. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to handle edge cases. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced string manipulation. Finding the element that appears only once in an array is a question that tests your understanding of bitwise operations. By using XOR, you can efficiently identify the unique value. For example, in 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, the answer is 4. This problem demonstrates your skill in using bitwise operators and handling arrays. Interviewers use the question to assess your efficiency and ability to write concise code. Practicing this builds your confidence in advanced array manipulation. Iterating the Fibonacci sequence up to n is a question that tests your ability to use loops and mathematical logic. By iterating and adding the previous two values, you can build the sequence. For example, generating 10 values yields 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34. This problem demonstrates your skill in iteration and handling numeric data. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to write readable code. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced sequence generation. Finding the maximum product of two integers in an array is a question that tests your ability to sort and multiply values. By sorting the array and multiplying the two largest values, you can find the maximum product. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 yields 63. This problem demonstrates your skill in array manipulation and mathematical operations. Interviewers use this question to assess your efficiency and ability to handle edge cases. Practicing this builds your confidence in numeric problem solving. Checking if a string is a valid number is a question that tests your ability to use type conversion and handle exceptions. By attempting to convert the string to double, you can determine if it's valid. For example, 123.45 is valid. This problem demonstrates your skill in input validation and error handling. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to write robust code. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced input processing. Finding the first non-repeated character in a string is a question that tests your ability to use maps and iterate efficiently. By counting occurrences and finding the first unique character, you can solve the problem. For example, Swiss yields W. This problem demonstrates your skill in using grouping functions and handling string data. Interviewers use the question to assess your efficiency and ability to write concise code. Practicing this builds your confidence in string manipulation. Finding duplicates in an array is a question that tests your ability to use sets and lists. By tracking seen values and adding duplicates to a separate list, you can identify repeated elements. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 3 yields 2 and 3. This problem demonstrates your skill in collection manipulation and handling arrays. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to write readable code. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced data cleaning tasks. Finding the majority element in an array is a question that tests your understanding of counting and candidate selection. By tracking the count and updating the candidate, you can identify the value that appears most frequently. For example, 3, 3, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4 yields 4. This problem demonstrates your skill in using counters and handling arrays. Interviewers use this question to assess your efficiency and ability to write concise code. Practicing this builds your confidence in data analysis. Finding all permutations of a string is a question that tests your understanding of recursion and string manipulation. By recursively swapping characters and generating all possible arrangements, you can list every permutation. For example, ABC yields ABC, ACK, BAC, BCA, CAB, CBA. This problem demonstrates your skill in recursive thinking and handling string data. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to write readable code. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced algorithmic challenges. Finding the missing number in an array of consecutive numbers is a question that tests your understanding of arithmetic and array manipulation. By calculating the expected sum and subtracting the actual sum, you can identify the missing value. For example, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 yields 3. This problem demonstrates your skill in using mathematical formulas and handling arrays. Interviewers use the question to assess your efficiency and ability to write concise code. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced array problems. Finding the longest common prefix of a list of strings is a question that tests your ability to use loops and string comparison. By iteratively shortening the prefix until all strings match, you can identify the longest shared sequence. For example, flower, flow, flight yields FL. This problem demonstrates your skill in handling collections and string data. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to write readable code. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced string comparison tasks. Merging alternating characters from two strings is a question that tests your ability to use loops and string manipulation. By iterating through both strings and adding characters alternately, you can create a new string. For example, apt and 1234 yield a 1-beat C3D4. This problem demonstrates your skill in handling multiple inputs and writing readable code. Interviewers use this question to assess your efficiency and ability to handle different input lengths. Practicing this builds your confidence in string merging. Finding the third largest element in an array is a question that tests your ability to track multiple values and handle edge cases. By updating first, second, and third largest values as you iterate, you can identify the third largest. For example, 12, 35, 1, 10, 34, 1 yields 10. This problem demonstrates your skill in array manipulation and handling distinct values. Interviewers look for efficient solutions and your ability to handle arrays with fewer than 3 distinct elements. Practicing this prepares you for more advanced array tasks. Checking if one array is a subset of another is a question that tests your ability to use sets and iterate efficiently. By converting the first array to a set and checking if all elements of the second array are present, you can determine subset status. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 2, 4, 5 confirm subset. This problem demonstrates your skill in set operations and collection handling. Interviewers use this question to assess your efficiency and ability to write concise code. Beyond coding questions, preparing for Android interviews involves understanding architecture patterns, scalability, and best practices. Interviewers often ask about app design, state management, and optimization. Familiarize yourself with MVVM, clean architecture, and Jetpack Compose. Practice explaining your reasoning and choices clearly. Being able to discuss design patterns, scalability, and performance will set you apart. Stay updated with the latest Android trends and tools to demonstrate your commitment to growth and learning. Connecting with other Android developers can accelerate your learning and provide valuable support. Online groups, forums, and social media communities offer resources, mentorship, and job opportunities. Over 900 plus Android developers have joined thriving groups to level up their careers. Participating in discussions, sharing knowledge, and networking will help you stay motivated and informed. Don't hesitate to seek help or offer guidance. Collaboration is key to growth in the tech industry. There are countless resources available for Android interview preparation. Medium articles, LinkedIn posts, and GitHub repositories offer sample questions, code snippets, and detailed explanations. Exploring these materials will deepen your understanding and expose you to different problem-solving approaches. Take advantage of curated lists, productivity tips, and recommended publications to stay ahead. Continuous learning is essential for success in interviews and your career. Reading recommended articles from experienced developers can provide valuable insights and strategies. Topics like optimizing resumes, solving DSA problems, and choosing networking solutions are frequently covered. Learning from others' experiences helps you avoid common pitfalls and adopt best practices. Stay curious and proactive in seeking out new information. The more you read and practice, the more confident you'll become in interviews and real-world projects. Android ecosystem is constantly evolving, with new tools, libraries, and best practices emerging regularly. Staying updated with the latest trends such as Jetpack Compose, Kotlin multi-platform, and asynchronous programming will give you an edge in interviews. Follow industry leaders, participate in webinars, and experiment with new technologies. Being adaptable and eager to learn is highly valued by employers and will help you grow as a developer. Consistent practice is the key to mastering coding questions and interview techniques. Don't be discouraged by setbacks. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn and improve. Use online platforms, mock interviews, and coding contests to hone your skills. Perseverance and dedication will pay off, helping you secure your dream job and advance your career. Remember, every developer started somewhere and your journey is unique. Keep pushing forward and celebrate your progress. Summary: mastering the top coding questions for Android interviews will boost your confidence and help you stand out. From string manipulation to advanced data structures, each question builds your skills and prepares you for real-world challenges. Continue practicing, stay updated, and connect with the developer community. Your dedication and curiosity will drive your success. Good luck on your interview journey. Keep learning, growing, and reaching new heights in Android development.